Do you know what the one thing nearly every single person tells me that I help to get into recovery is that the traditional methods of recovery and working through the inner turmoil and getting some peace and contentment just don't seem to cut the mustard for them. So in today's video, we've got a chopped up clip from an awesome conversation that I had with an amazing lady named Garrett and her journey of actually employing some holistic health measures and some alternative treatments to help her transform her recovery and really get some peace and contentment and some change happening. So if you relate to this clip, we would love to hear your experiences. We would love to hear what has worked for you in recovery, because we're just trying to get the truth and some hope out there to people searching for answers. Like and subscribe this video and enjoy the clip. Peace.
Wondering why not, because I've seen countless therapists,
Yeah.
I've been seeing a therapist since I was 14. I've done the talk. I talk all the fucking time. I don't shut up. I was like, why is nothing changing? It wasn't until I started, doing this release work energetically and subconsciously and all that kind of stuff that things actually started to change.
Yeah.
I knew, and I think this is why AA and NA didn't really work for me, is it wasn't the drugs and alcohol that was the problem.
Yeah.
It was my mental health and the traumas and the triggers and the stuff that I was masking that needed to be dealt with.
Yeah.
It wasn't the, the alcohol or the drugs as such.
Yeah.
It was me not dealing with my shit.
Do you know what's funny, right? Everybody that I talk to, again, that's why I kind of wanted to do this show, because everybody has such a different experience with it and wanted to just get everybody's different experience on the table. But no matter who I talk to and whatever sort of method they've gone through to get recovery or whatever that, or change, whatever that means to them, everybody says that it actually wasn't about the alcohol and drugs. It was about all this other stuff. It's really interesting.
It's not. And I knew that from the very beginning. That's why I was like, I wasn't opposed to going to AA or NA, but I was like, I need to deal with my shit.
Yeah.
Or I start just blaming the alcohol and blaming the drugs.
If I can, and if you feel comfortable to, can you sort of explain some of those therapy processes that you went through at that health retreat? Because people are always really fascinated in because again, I find not everybody, but I find a majority of people have done a lot of the traditional sort of talk therapies, and if they feel like it doesn't work for them, so what were some of those things? What do you actually do when you go through journey therapy or the tapping, and how does it all work? And how does it help you to release all that underlying stuff that, you kind of said had been plaguing you?
Oh, it's incredible. And still I love talking about this stuff. So of course,
awesome.
I'm all ready for it. I'm actually really keen. Me as a coach and life coach now, I do this with my clients, and it's really incredible watching, seeing the difference immediately, with tapping. So tapping is meridian points of the face and body that you tap on to release stored up energy. You work through triggers and traumas and all that kind of stuff. It's incredible. You can also work on new belief systems and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
And I have clients where I literally will sit opposite them and we're working on a particular trigger or traumatic event. And I literally watch their faces as we're going through the rounds, and they start to change. It's just incredible. So to be on the other side of that, I love this stuff and I know that it works. Basically at the retreat, we went through, I did a lot of journey work. So journey work is almost like going into a deep meditative state.
Yeah.
You kind of are traveling back in time. It's being guided with a coach who is trained to do this. And, it's cutting cords with emotional connections. My first thing that we cut the cord of when I was at the retreat was the grief with my nan.
Yeah.
It was literally like my second day in, and the coach was like, okay, so basically we're going to cut the cord, like we're dealing with grief, because I told her a bit of my story.
Yep.
And I was like, no way, like I'm not doing that. Like, no.
So that's what I was going to ask, right? Like, because don't get me wrong, like I'm down with you 100%, and I'm a believer in some of these things as well, and do them with people. But I find, for me too, initially I was like, excuse me, I'm not a hippy dippy freak. Like, this is fucking weird. Like, do you find a lot of people have that experience, or?
Oh, well, because I ended up working at the retreat. Like I ended up,
Yeah.
I did an internship there. So I was their night manager at night. So
yeah.
I have always been a bit fluid. So I kind of
Yeah.
was already open-minded to this kind of stuff.
Got it.
However, yes, there are people who come and they're like, oh my God, what, like WTF? Like not all coaches do this kind of stuff. Like they have like 7 or 8 coaches. So not everyone does this stuff. But once you go into it open-minded and you experience the benefit of what actually comes, and accompanied with like actual science and, you know, learning neural pathways and cognitive brain therapy techniques, and learning to, you know, upgrade belief, like limiting beliefs and all that kind of stuff, which is the program itself. You know, it's a win-win situation. So it's not just hippy dippy stuff. It's kind of like you're learning about your brain and how it works and how to change your belief and stress and all this kind of stuff. But yes, it can be very confronting. Like if you have never experienced a journey or done meditation or even had like some sort of spiritual awakening, like, dude, what the hell? Like, I'm no energy healer, like, you know, but it works, and it's pretty incredible.
Hey guys, if you like this video, we would love it if you smash the subscribe button. And also, we've just released a brand new ebook, The 11 Definitive Steps to Get Recovery Without Going to Rehab. If that sounds of interest to you and you're looking for some answers and solutions, something different, we have a very special offer on the book, plus some awesome bonuses for a very limited time only. So smash the subscribe button and check out the link below if the book is of interest to you. And we'll see you in the next video. Peace.